Living paycheck to paycheck is extremely exhausting. I know when I was living that life, it was exhausting for me. And if you are currently living paycheck to paycheck and in that cycle, I know it's exhausting for you. You're limited on everything. You're limited to what you can do, where you can go, who you can help. And it just causes a whole bunch of chaos, a whole bunch of anxiety and stress. And I just got tired of living that type of lifestyle. So with this video, I want to share with you guys 5 things that help me in living paycheck to paycheck. Before we get started with the video, my name is Quay Scott. My goal with this channel is to ignite financial elevation. I want to ignite or spark the minds and the brain to do better and be better with money. So if you find any value, get any benefit from my videos, please hit the subscribe button for me, like this video, and share with your family and friends. But I don't like to hold y'all too long, so we're gonna go ahead and get right back into the video. The first thing that helped me in paycheck to paycheck living is just I had to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. I got tired of just living for the weekend. I got tired of seeing things that I wanted to do and not being able to do it because I was hindered financially. I didn't have the funds, and it's not because I didn't make enough money. It's not because, you know, I had to struggle. I was doing dumb things with my money. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I was being dumb with my money. I wasn't stewarding it well. I wasn't managing it well, and so I had a mentality of got it, spend it. You know, I got money, spend it. Not even necessarily on things that I need, not even on things that would value or bring value or benefit to me, but just because I had the money. And that's one thing I had to get rid of. A lot of finances and money is mental, because as I reflect on it now, like I had money, bro. Like after my bills were paid up, I still had money to live comfortably. There's no way I should have been living paycheck to paycheck. I kind of put myself in that position, and truth be told, a lot of people do. Now I'm not saying that you do that, or if you're watching this, that's you. Some people really do have it hard, and they make just enough to make ends meet. But it's some people that we kind of self-sabotage ourselves and live in paycheck to paycheck because we're not prioritizing our spending, we're not budgeting, we're not tracking our expenses, we're not telling our money to go. So that only leads us to ask where our money went. What it boils down to is a mindset shift. You have to want better and you have to do better, because the thing is, a lot of us want better. We all say we want financial freedom. We all say we want to do this, that, and the third, but our actions don't align with what our vision, or with the vision we say we have, with the desires of our hearts, with the type of life that we want to live. But at the same time, we're not tired enough. We're not sick and tired enough, because we're not missing no meals. We still can go out every now and then and have fun. We can still do, you know, little bitty things that bring us joy and bring us happiness, but then by Monday, by Wednesday, we right back to square one, and the things that we went and spent our money on, we don't have nothing to show for it. And so we continue this cycle of just being comfortable enough and not really wanting to thrive, or, you know, want to get out of survival mode. We not trying to get into thrival mode, but at some point you have to draw the line and say, okay, this is it. For the next 3 months, I'm not spending money on nothing I don't need. I'm not going out. I'm telling my friends and family no. And you're just gonna have to make some type of sacrifices and become disciplined and be consistently disciplined to get out of this current situation. And as I speak of discipline and telling friends and family no, that leads me into my second topic: keeping up with the Joneses, or lifestyle creep. A lot of the times we see what we want, or we see what others have, and we feel like, oh, damn, I need that. That is one of the biggest mistakes I made, especially early on. I was influenced by what I saw, whether it was on social media, whether it was on TV, whether it was just, you know, people around me. I'm like, oh man, they getting cars, they getting this and that, they getting, you know, this type of clothing. Let me, you know, do that, because that's what's in right now. That's what's lit. I talk about this a lot now. You have to pick your own lane, and you have to stay in there. It don't matter what whoever over here in the right lane doing it, in the left lane. If they going fast, if they going slow, you go at your pace and do what you can do for you. Not to impress nobody else, not to have this image or look like you got it, but do what you want for you. And if you don't like the high-end fashion, don't buy these high-end clothes. If you don't like shoes that cost $300-400, don't buy them. If you want to get reps, get reps. Run your own race, stay in your own lane, and go at your own pace. And that's more so like a real young trait. Like when you're, you know, a young adult, you think you trying to, you know, be lit and please everybody. I think the older you get, a lot of people don't care about it, because you realize that you really just got you in this world, and when you die, it's just gonna be you. Ain't nobody dying with you, so you gotta live your life according to your terms and your current situation. The third thing that helped me in paycheck to paycheck living is to get educated on how money works. I read, I mean, if not hundreds, definitely tens of books just on finances, on personal finances, learning different strategies, learning different principles of money and how to properly use it and maximize it. Because a lot of us, we're not taught about money in school. We're not taught about money at home. We're not taught about money at church. So what better way, or what way can we learn about it? To read about it, watch YouTube videos about it, listen to podcasts about it, study other rich and wealthy people. Find out how they built their wealth and how they sustain it. Because anybody can build wealth, anybody can become rich, just how you maintain it, grow it, and multiply it. Because a lot of us right now, we're not on that level of making millions of dollars or even six figures, but we do make a decent size or a decent amount of money or income to provide a lifestyle for us to live comfortably. Most people, now I'm not saying everybody, but it's the keeping the money is what gets most of us. And so when you read the books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, The Slight Edge, The Millionaire Next Door, The Richest Man in Babylon, like you read all of these books and you're seeing that a lot of them have the same principles. Pay yourself first. Be a good steward with your money. Don't be a slave to the lender. It's all these principles that are tied into these books. And once you take that knowledge or you obtain that knowledge, then you execute that in your own life. And then you get your own experiences. And then you say, oh, that's what that meant. But if you're never educating yourself or you continue or you discontinue learning, then you'll never get better with money. And so that's what really helped me out a lot, was picking up a book and reading books. Whether it's a physical copy, whether it's on my phone, I'm always studying about it. And I'll give you this hint. Although I've obtained the knowledge of finances, personal finances, money, some of the best books that I've read that helped me actually become better with money had nothing to do with money. It had everything to do with the mindset, with the mentality, with the discipline, and changing my small bad habits into small good habits and building momentum off of that. So self-help books, self-development books, those will help you become better with money as well, because it's going to teach you who you have to become in order to obtain and achieve the financial success that you want. And that'll take you, and that'll be with you throughout your life. As your income begins to increase, you'll learn how to keep it, how to maximize it, how to grow it, and how to multiply it. The fourth thing that helped me in paycheck to paycheck living, and this could have been number one because this was the principle that helped me really solidify or build my financial foundation, and that's paying myself first. This is a principle that I learned from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So every time we get paid, what is our typical paycheck routine? Pay the bills. We stop and get something to eat. We gonna get, extra, we gonna supersize it. We're gonna get a large instead of the medium that it comes with. When we get off of work, we're gonna go out Friday. We're gonna go eat brunch Sunday. We got all this money and we got access to actually do things now because we done being reimbursed with our income from our employer. We gonna pay everything else, bills, food, shopping, any kind of, fun activities. And then we get back to the end of that check and now it's time to save. Well, I only got $157 though. I gotta make this last until I get paid again. And so now you're looking at that. Funny is like, it's hard for me to save this $100 because it's gonna leave me with 57. It's hard for me to save 57 because it's gonna leave me with 100. If you pay yourself first, it eliminates all of that. You go ahead and get the hard part out the way. And one of the things that I learned, it's like a trick to your mind, is once you go ahead and get it out the way, you realize that you don't even miss that. Because the rule of thumb is to save 10% of your income. So whatever you make, if you make $1,000, say 10% of that, that's $100 to get it out the way. And the best thing to do, if you have trouble manually going and doing that and you don't have the discipline built yet, automate it. Set up a whole the different savings accounts that isn't tied to your actual checkings account that you use for your day-to-day spending. Set up a whole different account. Go to HR, have them take 10% of your income and just put it up there. Let it build. Because I can tell you this about 10%. It's small enough to not miss, but it's big enough to see results. My 10% started at $20 working at Sonic. I was making a little over $200 a week, working 40 plus hours. I might hit $300 if I work 6 or 7 days. But my 10% started at $20. I would go to the bank right down the street from the job, get out a $20 bill, and I would save that and save it until it was $100. Save it until it's $200, and I kept building that momentum. And so I was building the habits. And so when I started making more money, it wasn't an issue for me to go ahead and take 10% of however much the increase was. And I tell people all the time, when you just starting your financial journey you haven't budgeted, you don't be paying yourself first, don't worry about the dollar amount. Worry about building the discipline. Worry about building the habits that go along that you're going to need with you for the rest of your life, no matter how much you make. Worry about that first, and then worry about everything else. But paying myself first was literally the game changer, and it kind of opened gates for me to do more, to experience more, to take advantage of opportunities, because I was making sure that my financial foundation was set first, making sure that it was rock solid. I don't know if any of you guys are into real estate, but the most important part of a house or any kind of building is the foundation. If the foundation isn't rock solid, everything is at risk. And that's just the same thing with your finances. If you don't have a solid financial foundation, everything is at risk. If you get a flat tire, you ain't got nothing to cover that, you at risk. If your roof, we had a bad weather storm last night. If your roof get messed up through it, I mean, you're very vulnerable when it comes to finances when you don't have that financial foundation with your savings. And I always encourage people to have a minimum of $1,500, max $2,500 in an immediate fund for immediate issue. And lastly, number 5, and I kind of been talking about this throughout the video, but discipline and consistency. 90% of everything you want to accomplish in life, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, mentally, emotionally, has to do with discipline and consistency. But it's very true when it comes to money. A lot of us lack discipline. And then once we do try to establish discipline, we lack being consistently disciplined. We're going to start saving on Monday, or we're going to start saving with this check. Well, we're going to take our 10% out and we're going to save. The next check, we're going to save again. But as soon as our favorite retailer hit us up and say, we got to buy one, get one free, we're going to dip into that savings. As soon as somebody announced they got concerts coming, we're going to dip into that savings. So the discipline is still not built yet. Once you can maintain that discipline and be consistently disciplined, that's when everything is going to change for you financially. Trust me, I've been through it. I've been through the inconsistency. I've been through not being disciplined. So this is why I can sit here and tell you guys about it, because once that changed for me, once I could say no to a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't bringing me any value or any benefit to my life, that's when I could lock in and I could see my savings grow. And as my savings grew, I could go and enjoy and do other things, because now I'm not worried about anything happening. Now I'm not worried about getting a flat tire because I got $2,000 saved up. So lock in mentally, and that could have been number 1. It could have been number 1, honestly. A lot of these, I say all of these could have been number 1, because I'm telling y'all, I'm just giving y'all my personal experiences that helped me be able to obtain. Like this house that I'm sitting in right now, I'm sitting in my backyard on my patio. I bought this house at 23 years old off of all these principles that I'm telling you guys. With all the videos that I share, these are everything that I've been through, the trials, the tribulations, the ups, the downs, and I'm just kind of packaging it into a video to ignite financial elevation to you or anybody else that can watch this video. But those are the 5 things that helped me in my paycheck to paycheck living. If you guys got anything that helped you in paycheck to paycheck living, drop it below in the comments. I got more, but I'm already at like 14, 15 minutes, so I'm not trying to make this video too long. But I want us to have healthy conversations. I want us to start talking about money and being comfortable with talking about money, because it is a hard conversation. So I come and try to, give my knowledge. I don't even want to say expertise, but I want to come and get my knowledge and my experience in hopes of helping someone else get better and be better with their finances. If this video brought you any value, any benefit, please subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. I think once I hit 100 subscribers, I might do some kind of giveaway. I might, I don't know yet. I'm still thinking of that, but we got a ways to go. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Please like this video. Please share it with your family and friends, and I will see you guys on the next video.